So as I've already said, I haven't actually started using this new eBay managed payment system yet. I've just applied for it. Some sellers have been using it for almost 6 months. So if you have been using it for a long time and you've got some thoughts on it, put it in the comments down below. I'd love to hear from you. What I'm going to be sharing in this video is just my thoughts on what I've researched. As a top rated seller that's been selling on eBay for the past 6-7 years now, I believe it's important for me to know this information, and I know that it's going to help you guys out. So for anyone that doesn't know what the eBay managed payment system is, I've just made some notes over here on my laptop, so I'm just going to be reading it out. What the eBay managed payment system is that it enhances the buying and selling experience on eBay, providing sellers with one place to sell and get paid, and provides buyers with more ways to pay. So if you're not already aware, the way that eBay's worked for the past few years is that PayPal was the only way that you could pay for stuff as a customer on eBay, but this new eBay managed payment system allows various new methods for customers to make payment. So from what I know, they've got Apple Pay, they've introduced Apple Pay and Google Pay and a lot of other ways for customers to pay. So it's going to make things a lot more easier for the customers that didn't really want to use PayPal in the past. Another thing that I want to mention to you guys is that eBay have mentioned here on their website that sellers who have been identified as using eBay's features and tools are compatible with managed payments will continue to be notified to join in phases. So what that basically means is that eBay is not going to force every single seller on eBay to join this new eBay managed payment system. What eBay is going to be doing is introducing it in phases. This is why a lot of sellers have been using the new system since 2018. And even though I've been selling on eBay for the past 7 years, I've only recently registered for it myself. For all of the people that left comments on my last video worried about the new eBay managed payment system and whether or not they're going to be forced to join it, eBay is not going to force everyone to join it straight away. They're going to roll it out throughout the whole of 2021. They may even extend that to 2022 because 2 years ago they were saying that by the end of 2020 they're going to make all the sellers use this new managed payment system, but they've recently mentioned that by mid 2021 most sellers will be on it, but I believe that's going to continue to get extended as they work out how they're going to roll it out to every single seller on eBay. So another question that I've been getting a lot of on my comments and on my Instagram DMs is there anything that I need to do right now as a seller on eBay? And the answer to that is, if you receive a notification from eBay telling you that you need to register by a specific deadline, you need to do it as soon as possible. Every single seller has got a different deadline to when they need to apply for it. Some sellers haven't received any email from eBay telling them that they need to apply. So if you haven't received any email, it means that you don't have to do anything. But if you have received an email telling you that you need to register by a specific deadline, you need to do it as soon as possible by that deadline. Otherwise, it may affect your sales. One thing that I would advise you guys to do is to check your email settings and make sure that everything is set up properly so that you're receiving emails from eBay in the right way, because you don't want the emails to be going into your junk. When eBay is telling you that you need to register, that's going to affect things for you down the road. So make sure your email settings are set correctly and you're receiving emails from eBay as you should. So when it comes time for you guys to register for this new eBay managed payment system, the way it's going to work is that you need to sign up using your bank account. Whoever owns the eBay account, in terms of the name that's on the actual eBay account, you need to make sure that it matches the name on the bank account that you're going to use to sign up with. So you need to make sure that that's in line. You need to make sure everything's in line in terms of the name on your eBay account and the name on your bank account. Everything needs to match. But what a lot of people have been messaging me is, what happens if the name on my eBay account and my bank account don't match? What's going to happen in that situation? So what I did is contacted eBay and asked them what exactly happens if the person's name and bank account doesn't match. And what they came back and said is, the bank account owner and the person or business identified in your eBay seller profile must match on your managed payment registration. You need to make sure that the owner of the bank account matches the name and the seller provided during the registration process. So for example, if the registered business name on your eBay account is the Pet Superstore, for example, you need to make sure that the business bank account that you're going to use to register during the eBay managed payment registration matches that name. So for example, I've got a business bank account for my businesses that I use on eBay, and all of the business bank accounts that I have match the name on the actual eBay account. So for me, that shouldn't be a problem. But for you guys, you need to make sure that you either call up your bank and make sure that the name is changed to the name that you've registered on your eBay account. Otherwise, it may cause problems for you down the road. So another question that I've been receiving a lot of as well is, how exactly is fees going to work and how will fees be charged when it comes to selling items on eBay? What's going to happen is that they're going to take the fee as soon as the item is sold. They're not going to bill you for it on your monthly invoice. The money comes off straight away. Similar to like how PayPal works. If you sell something now on eBay and the money passes through your PayPal account, what happens is PayPal will take the money straight away. PayPal don't send you a monthly invoice, so it's going to work exactly like that. So what's going to happen is that eBay is going to take the money as soon as the item is sold. One other important thing that I need to let you guys know is that there's going to be some restricted categories when it comes to this new managed payment system. Some categories that you might be selling in right now are not going to be allowed on the new eBay managed payment system, and this is because eBay is going to be using Apple Pay, and Apple Pay have their own rules and Google Pay have their own rules. They don't want to be involved, and they're not allowed to be involved in the sale of some items. So what I'm going to do is just list out some of the categories that are not going to be allowed on the new eBay managed payment system. Adult only items including movies, video games and photographs, alcohol, beer, spirits and wines, bullion, coins, e.g. paper money, virtual currency, etc., downloadable products and virtual items, e-cigarettes and vaporizers, gift cards, coupons and vouchers, inhalers, lodging, timeshares, vacation packages and car rentals, motor vehicles, real estate, services, tickets and travel, events and experiences, weight loss supplements, sports supplements, appetite control suppressants and sleeping pills. So a lot of these things that I've just listed out now, if you're selling within these categories, you won't be asked to enroll in the new eBay managed payment system, and you'll be able to continue selling as normal for now. To be honest, I'm not sure exactly what's going to happen down the road when eBay start forcing sellers to apply for it. For now, you can continue using the old way of doing things, e.g. PayPal. So one thing I want to point out to you guys, which I'm going to link down below, is a checklist that eBay have provided before registration and after registration, things that you need to be aware of and things that you need to make sure that you've done. So what I'm going to do is quickly just run through everything you need to be aware of before registering. So you need to make sure that you've got all your business information to hand, e.g. what type of business are you? Are you a sole trader, private company, limited company, corporation, LLC? Depending on what country you're in, you're going to know exactly what type of company your company is registered under. So you need to make sure that you double check this information before you register. Then you need to make sure that you've got all your SSN and everything like that, your national insurance number if you're based in the UK, your SSN if you're based in the US, and your employer identification number. So you need to make sure you get all of this information. When I applied, they asked me for my company registration numbers, they asked me for my NI, they asked me for a lot of information, to be honest, my bank sort code, my bank account number. So I had to give them all of this information. And finally, you have to also make sure that you give them the information about who owns the company. So if there's anyone that owns more than 25% of your company, you need to make sure that you give them this information. Since I own 100% of the companies that I run on eBay, I didn't have to give them anyone else's name. But if you've got a split ownership in your company and this is documented on Companies House, you need to make sure that you let eBay know everyone that owns the company and give them the full names. So this is the information that you need to make sure that you double check before you register so that your application isn't slowed down for whatever reason. And then after you register, you just need to make sure that your listings have been updated with the accurate information of how payments are going to be processed. This should be automatically done by eBay, but you just need to log in and double check and make sure that all of your listings have been updated accurately with how payments are going to be processed, so the customer is aware of how they're going to make payment. Another thing that you need to be aware of after you've registered is your third-party tools that you use on eBay, e.g. any accounting software that you use. So if you use something like QuickBooks that you've connected to your PayPal account, you need to make sure that you inform any third-party company or any third-party application that you might be using to run your eBay business, and make sure that you change it from PayPal to eBay. This is just something that you need to be aware of after you've been accepted on the eBay managed payment system. Another thing that you need to be aware of is the reports that eBay is going to start giving you. Because I do my accounting using the reports that I get from PayPal, I'm going to have to change the way that I do things and now start accessing eBay to get all my reports for my sales and everything that I need for my tax returns and my VAT returns. So this is something that you need to be aware of, that all the reports are going to be available for you on eBay. And finally, the fee updates and your reconciliation. So as I already said, you need to be aware that there's going to be a change to the fees that you're going to have to pay. Some categories have been reduced, some categories have been increased. But what you need to do is double check on eBay's website for whatever category you sell in. Make sure that you're aware of how much you're going to have to pay, just so that you can price your item right and everything is done in the right way so that you're making profit. And I've already explained how the fees used to be and how they are now in the previous video that I made, so make sure you click the link down below. I've already given an example of how the fees are going to change moving forward. And there you go, guys. I hope now you have a better understanding of this new eBay managed payment system. As I said, as soon as I start using it myself, I think I'm going to have to start using it from the beginning of 2021 or maybe the second week of January, I'm not sure. But whatever the case is, I'm going to let you know as soon as I've started using it myself, let you know my thoughts and give you a more accurate picture of how it's going to work. So make sure you subscribe down below so that you don't miss any updates on the new eBay managed payment system. If you found any value in the video, I really appreciate it if you can press the like button, as it really helps out the channel in a big way. Whilst you're down there, don't forget to subscribe and hit the bell notification, because I'm releasing videos every single week to help you make money on eBay. I'm always releasing videos on the hot selling products right now on eBay, so you're not going to want to miss that. Make sure you subscribe down below, hit the bell notification. Make sure to follow me on Instagram as well, because I'm going to start doing a lot more giveaways. Comment down below if you got any questions. Let me know if you got any thoughts on the topic, if you started using it already yourself. Put your comments down below. If you got any advice for me as well on this eBay managed payment system, put it down below. I'd love to hear from you. All right guys, I'll see you next week. Make sure you stay safe out there. Peace.